Thomas and Friends story time. Percy and the Enormous Pumpkin. A fairy tale for kids, starring Thomas the Tank Engine. Based on the Railway series by the Reverend W. Awdry, created by Britt Allcroft, read by Mark Morahan and friends. Everyone was getting very excited on the island of Sodor because tomorrow was Halloween and there was going to be a Halloween party. There was even a prize for the largest pumpkin. And Sir Topham Hatt was feeling particularly confident.
I'm as happy as can be.
He'd been tending to his pumpkin every day for the last month, feeding and watering and more watering. Today, he gave it a final inspection.
Oh, very nice.
And one last watering.
Now there's a winning pumpkin if ever I saw one.
Soon after, he assigned Percy the job of transporting his pumpkin to the party. Gordon overheard and found this funny.
Oh dear, Percy, are you really so small that all you can carry is a vegetable?
As Gordon left, Thomas comforted Percy.
Don't listen to him, Percy. You may be smaller than Gordon on the outside, but you're bigger and stronger on the inside.
Thank you, Thomas. I'm so big on the inside, I could pop.
Thomas and Percy chuffed away smiling. They didn't notice the pumpkin started to glow. That night, as Sir Topham Hatt dreamt of holding the trophy up high, something quite magical was happening down in his garden. The pumpkin started to swell. Then it wobbled. Then it stretched. And with every stretch, it glowed brighter and brighter. The following morning, Sir Topham Hatt went out to dig up his pumpkin, only to find it had grown beyond belief.
Walloping watermelons! My pumpkin is enormous!
So enormous, in fact, it had broken through his white picket fence and blocked the railway track.
That will cause confusion and delay. I must remove it at once.
So Sir Topham Hatt tried to dig it out, but it was too deep. So he tied a rope around it and tried to pull it out. But as hard as he tried, it would not budge.
Oh dear. Trick or treat, Topham?
Asked Sir Topham Hatt's mother, Dowager Hatt, who was coming through the front door carrying Halloween candy.
Licorice spiders, my favourite treat. Although I think they'll have to wait. This pumpkin's playing a bit of a trick on me.
Sir Topham Hatt asked Dowager Hatt if she would help, and she too pulled on the rope. But as hard as she and Sir Topham tried, the pumpkin still wouldn't budge.
Oh, that pumpkin is well and truly in.
Can I help, sir?
Asked Thomas, who had to stop because the pumpkin was blocking his track.
Ah, Thomas, just the tank engine I need. If I don't get this pumpkin out of the ground, there'll be confusion and delay, and I'll be late for the party.
Sir Topham Hatt tied the rope around Thomas's buffer plate and took up his position at the front of the line.
OK, Thomas, on the count of 3, pull. 1, 2, 3, pull!
Thomas also pulled on the rope, but as hard as he, Dowager Hatt and Sir Topham Hatt tried, the pumpkin still would not budge.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, now, that's a funny thing if ever I saw one.
Said Mr. Bubbles the Clown, who was also on his way to the Halloween party.
You should try some of my special bubble liquid. That'll make it nice and slippery. Oh, excellent idea.
Once the pumpkin had been covered in bubble liquid, Mr. Bubbles also took hold of the rope.
OK, everyone, on the count of 3. pull. 1, 2, 3, pull!
But as hard as he, Thomas, Dowager Hat and Sir Topham Hatt tried, and as much as squeaky bubbles filled the air, the pumpkin still wouldn't budge.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That's when James appeared.
Oh, dear indeed.
Ordinarily, James wouldn't offer to help, being so busy with much more important jobs. But seeing as his track was blocked by a pumpkin, Thomas, a clown and lots of bubbles, he didn't really have much choice.
James, grab hold of that rope and give it a good tug.
Yes, sir.
So James also pulled on the rope. But as hard as he, Mr. Bubbles, Thomas, Dowager Hat and Sir Topham Hatt tried, the pumpkin still wouldn't budge.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
My, that's a scary pumpkin.
Said a scarecrow riding a horse-drawn cart. Well, it wasn't a real scarecrow, it was Farmer McCall, dressed up as one. He was also going to the party. And next to him sat a ghost and a witch.
You've come just in the nick of time. Now, if you and your horse and the ghost and the witch all help pull, then with a little bit of magic, we might just do it.
Said Sir Topham Hatt hopefully.
Right you are, sir.
And with that, Farmer McCall tied the rope around his horse's harness. And they all gave a great heave. But as hard as he, his horse, the ghost, the witch, Mr. Bubbles, James, Thomas, Dowager Hat and Sir Topham Hatt tried, the pumpkin still wouldn't budge.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Make way for the mightiest of engines!
Declared Gordon, the big express engine, who had also been forced to stop.
A simple tug from me, and I will have it free in an instant.
He boasted as he grabbed hold of the rope, then giving it a mighty tug. But as mightily as he, Farmer McCall's horse, the ghost, the witch, Mr. Bubbles, James, Thomas, Dowager Hat and Sir Topham Hatt tried, the pumpkin still would not budge.
Oh, I give up.
That's when Percy came up behind them all.
Let me through, please. I have to take Sir Topham Hatt and his pumpkin to the Halloween party.
Oh, Percy, I don't think we'll be going anywhere. My pumpkin is well and truly stuck. Not even the mighty Gordon could pull it free.
Maybe I could help too, sir.
What? A little engine like you, Percy? I doubt you would make any difference. If I couldn't pull it free, then you most certainly won't.
I might be small on the outside, Gordon, but I am big and strong on the inside,
said Percy, inhaling so much he could pop.
That's the spirit, Percy. Come on, couple up behind Gordon and help us pull.
Couple up, sir.
Ready, everyone? It's now or never. On the count of 3, pull. 1, 2, 3, pull!
And with that, Percy started to pull. And he pulled Gordon and Farmer McCall and Farmer McCall's horse and the witch and the ghost and James and Mr. Bubbles and Thomas and Dowager Hat and Sir Topham Hatt. And all of a sudden, the enormous pumpkin came free.
It's out! It's out! The pumpkin is well and truly out. Oh, well done, Percy.
And now that the tracks were unblocked, the railway could return to normal. Gordon, wanting to avoid any indignity, hurried away, muttering to himself,
It only came out because I had already loosened it.
And Sir Topham Hatt thanked everyone for their enormous help.
Now, let's get to that party.
Percy proudly carried the pumpkin to the party, where it was declared to be the most enormous pumpkin ever. And Sir Topham Hatt was given first prize.
Hey, thank you, everyone. Oh, what an unexpected treat. Oh, speaking of which, I'll have one of those licorice spiders now.
And Percy was congratulated for being the smallest, strongest engine that ever pulled a pumpkin out of the ground. The end. Listen out for other adventures with Thomas and Friends Storytime. Parents, if you like what you heard, please leave us a review and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Tell your friends too. Thomas and Friends is a registered trademark of Ghislaine Thomas Limited.